Hey guys, what's going on? I think this one's working. It never fucking fails. It never fails. I set it up. I think it's supposed to work a certain way, but YouTube is just tripping like always. But anyway, hi, happy Friday. It's Friday. TGIF. I'm gonna see. Hold on. Let me see. Is this? Oh crap. No. Hi guys, hold on one second. I'm sorry. All right. Son of a. I'm just. Oh my god. Fuck YouTube. Okay. Son of a. Hi guys again. Hi Mad Ammo. Hi Spiritual Hope. Okay, I'm here. All right. I don't even know. Like I think I'm just gonna have to do it on the fly because every time I try and preset, it goes back to the last stream that I had with all the information. It's so frustrating. So, hello, Anthony. Anyway, good morning. Happy Friday. I'm just going to get my announcements out the way and then we can talk about stuff. I'm trying to have more of a consistent background there. There we go. Kind of in between my hair's all crazy today. This is my hair is sticking up. It's crazy. Anyway, my crazy hair. Just rushing to get this done. Anyway, where is it? This way? There we go. Look a little more personable today. Is it as much as I can? Maybe I need a clip right now. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Is your Friday morning going well, you guys? How's Friday going? That's better. How's Friday for you guys? Anybody? All right, let me, so I want to, oh, hold on. That's not what I want to show you. All right, guys, show's starting. All right, please sign up for my email if you go to truthertalk.com. There you go. You can sign up for email, and it will pop up right when you come on the page. Go down here, sign up. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to sign up for email because with all the censorship going on, I don't know what's going to happen to the channel, and I want to be able to keep in touch with you guys, okay? Also, please sign up for my Conspiracy Realism course, okay? I'm going to put all of these links in the bottom after the show is finished. So there you go. Here's all the information on that if you want to read through that. Next, please join my music channel. I'm going to be releasing my new single at the end of this month. And behind that, or attached to that, I'm going to have a huge crowdfunding campaign so I can fund my album. Yeah, and also, the Walk Away movement is having a huge, wait, hold on. The Walk Away movement is having a huge get together this weekend, okay? I will also leave this in the comments as well after the stream is over. Today they're having a women's town hall with all these amazing women. Diamond and Soap is going to be there. Laura Trump's going to be there. Katie Hopkins and Shamika Michelle. All right, they're really cool. And then Saturday, they're having the huge, I guess, get together, right? So they're going to do the March on Washington. All right, so I'll put everything in the bottom of the links whenever this stream is over. So I have about a couple hours today. And hello guys. Let's get started. I can't see the chat now. Hold on one second. Okay, let me just, all right. Hello, guys. Friday just getting started. Hey, Beverly. Hey, Shakaris, Beverly, Kristen. Hi, guys. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know, like, what's going on with the positive testing for. Has he come out and said that he's tested positive? Are you sure his account wasn't hacked or something? So he tested positive for the fake virus that, that has a high survival rate of 98% that everybody's supposed to be scared of. So he basically tested positive for the flu with the fake ass tests that they're testing everybody that gives false positives. Basically, that's what he tested for. So I want to see what he says from his mouth, from his lips, and see what he says. But he wasn't sick, so all of a sudden he's just going to be like, oh, I tested positive. Why would he even take the test? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, okay, I can start the calls right now. It's 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. All right? 512-481-7464. Anybody want to call? Dude, don't be sad. Why are you sad? Don't be sad that he tested positive. He's not gonna die, like, from COVID. Like, yeah, come on, man. Like, I'm so sick of this bullshit. So he came out and said it with cameras and stuff, or did he tweet it? So if he tweeted it, then I'm like, his account could be hacked. I have to see him say in a press conference. And even if he did say in a press conference, I'm like, okay, so what? He's not gonna die. Are you scared of this fake ass virus? It's fake as it's fucking press on nails. I'm saying it. I don't care. I'm working in the hospitals all the way up until June, and they were empty all the time, right? I talked to some of the lab technicians, know about the PCR test. So, I mean, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He'll be fine. They'll be fine. Either way, So, all right, 512-481-7464. If nobody's calling at the moment, would you guys please, you guys can ask me questions in the chat or say what you want to talk about in the chat. Oh, my God. Bye, Shakuras. I think I'm saying your name wrong. Have a good day at work. So messed up your name. Anyway. Anybody. All right, so I guess I just got to keep it going. I don't know what I'm really going to talk about. I guess the election. I mean, I was talking the other day with somebody. We were talking about what's going to happen with the election. I think if it's a fair election, it's going to be a landslide, but what if they steal it? What's going to happen, right? I feel like there are going to be riots either way. So I don't know about you guys, but I am stocking up on extra food and water for at least a couple weeks. I mean, I already do that, but I think I'm going to get a little extra just because I think things are going to get crazy. And I also plan to get up early and go voting just to get it out the way before it gets too insane. But yeah, I think a lot of madness is going to be over after this election. I think a lot of crazy shit is probably going to happen between now and election day, whether it's distractions, whether him getting his account hacked into, whether it's I don't know, but a lot of craziness going on all the way up until then. So, are any of you guys going to watch the vice presidential debate? Anybody? 512-481-7464. All right. Feel so lonely. Come on, you guys. Call. What do you want me to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. How many of you have friends that are, do you have any friends or family that were against Trump and Trump supporters and have changed their mind? Has anybody? Oh my God. Wait, do I have Skype on? Are people trying to call? Let me see. Maybe it's my bad. People 512-481-7464. It's on. All right. Talk about Trump's COVID-19. I already did, Harry. I was just basically saying that I mean, if you watch channel or if you heard me talk about it, I don't believe that. I basically believe that they took a flu virus and marketed it to be a pandemic. Right? There's I had Dr. Andrew Kaufman on. I had David Crow on, who does research on viruses and germ theory, and there's also lots of doctors, around the worldwide, that's talking about how you need to have proper isolation to isolate something, to say it's a new virus. So for example, it's like when they take these samples, they have to isolate it and say that's the thing that caused. So say I'm eating a salad and then I get sick from the salad, but in that salad I had like lettuce, tomatoes, pecans, I don't know, croutons, right? And I take a handful of salad and I'm like, oh, well, everything in the salad made me sick. Well, maybe it was the tomatoes that were bad in the salad and wasn't the whole salad. But I have to take a handful of that salad and then like pick out the tomatoes and isolate them and figure out if it was the tomatoes instead of eating a handful of salad. Does that make sense? So what they didn't do that with the virus. They're supposed to isolate. That's proper scientific technique. That's the golden standard. With any new disease that they claim to find, they're supposed to do that, but they didn't. It's basically just they're making shit up. So they're just like, oh, somebody got sick, right? And then they're taking the symptoms. So they're taking the symptoms of the flu and pneumonia and other respiratory illnesses, and they're all like just mashing them together. So there's no proper diagnostic distinction to say what is what. So then they're just saying people are dying of COVID when they had all of these other ailments, right? Like a lot of they say the Black community was hit hard, but a lot of people that were sick, were dying from obesity. Or not obesity, but complications of obesity. Or they also are not saying that they were actually putting people on ventilators and then they were dying on the ventilators, right? And most people that are put on ventilators actually end up dying. So then that piece of information came out, that, and a lot of people that were put on ventilators happened to be morbidly obese, which, if you're morbidly obese, you're going to have a lot of pressure on your lungs and all of your other organs. So anytime you get sick, you're at a high risk. If you have diabetes, you're at high risk. And they're not saying that all these people that allegedly died from COVID they had all these comorbidity factors. Another thing they're not saying is that, they're reporting the cases of COVID, but they're not reporting the deaths. And the cases were higher than the deaths because the tests give false positives. So it's like when they take the test, or when they give you the test to see if you have COVID, they test for markers. They can't see the virus under the microscope. Why? Because it hasn't been isolated and they haven't made a distinction. So when they do the swab test, they're testing for markers, but these markers can be set off by anything. Like, do you have pets? Are you pregnant? Do you have the flu? Have you had a flu shot? All these things can make you test positive for the COVID virus, which they haven't isolated. So it's just a bunch of lies. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And then they're shutting down the country, but like nobody's dying, right? I'm working in empty hospitals all the time where actually my hours were cut, my friends' hours were cut. I was talking to people every day that was in the medical industry that was working at the hospitals. Some bought into it, but they're just, I'm like, why? I got into it with this one guy. And I was like, so where's the wave and where are all the people that are coming? And he's like, oh, it's coming. I was like, yeah, but they said that 2 weeks ago and the hospitals are still empty. Oh, it's coming. I was like, were you saying it like you want it to happen? And he's like, yeah, So, what is oh, I'm gonna see. Let me go back. I'm starting to lead toward the middle now. Left and right are showing too much hate toward each other. I believe this is what the elites want. Um, Let me see. Are you planning a new music release in November still? Yes, I am. Is it yes, the father of my children can't even verbalize the fact that he's walking away from the Democratic Party. It's sad. My son changed to Trump. What's killing so many elderly people in nursing homes? Ventilators. Ventilators. You should look into the other side of the story. Why so many people are dying in nursing homes, right? Or they just have comorbidity, right? They have comorbidity. So like elderly people that already have like cancer or other diseases, and they're writing them down as COVID. There have been at least 3 doctors that have come out and said that they have been told to write COVID on the death certificates, even though the people didn't die of COVID. And then you go to the coding; it was written on the National Institutes of Health of website, where they're saying that, people are, what am I trying to say? People are, if you're a doctor or whatever and somebody dies, you're supposed to write COVID on it, right? Like the coding in the documents, it's saying that telling doctors what to do. And then if somebody gets diagnosed as COVID, the hospital gets extra money, right? If somebody gets put on a ventilator, they get extra money. So there's a financial incentive, right? There have been at least 3 nurses that have come out and talked about this. There was a nurse that went undercover and, wore a wire, and also showed proof of this. So, I mean, the information is out there if you want to look for it, or if you just want to watch the mainstream news and be scared, you can do that. Or you can look at other alternative sources and compare what you're being told to the mainstream news, and then, make your mind up from there. I just choose to be empowered. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to wear a slave muzzle. I'm not going to be afraid to hug people, What do you think about Operation Warp Speed? Do you think Trump's positive could be a good reason to enforce that? I don't know. I'm not taking that shit. I'm, knock on wood, I'd rather die than take a vaccine. I'm not going to have my health destroyed. I think a lot of people are wary, but unless you really research vaccines, you don't know how bad they are. They can cause cancer. They can, eat away your myelin sheath. That can make you paralyzed. That can give you multiple sclerosis. They can give you all kinds of autoimmune diseases. And you have to think about, why are they pushing a vaccine for something that has a 98% death rate? I mean, survival rate. Why? There's so many other things that kill way more people. Or, like obesity, like diabetes, right? But why aren't they going around, if they're really concerned about saving people, why isn't there a campaign to help people decrease obesity? Japan had that. They don't have an issue with obesity because the country actually put effort into taking care of it. Whether now, that's another argument, whether you believe it's ethical or not ethical, but sensitive or not. But, why were all the liquor stores open, right? Why were all the places that serve GMO food that actually makes you sicker? People know that sugar, makes you more sick. If you have a disease and there's a disease going around, everybody should have had such easy access to things like liquor or fast food. But yet those places remained open, right? We were allowed to go to the store. Liquor stores were deemed essential. What? We were allowed to go to the store, but other places of businesses were closed. We can go get gas. We can go to the store. The homeless people were still alive. They weren't doing any of this shit. Where were all the biohazard bins to burn stuff if this is so contagious? Why do virologists wear hazmat suits and, when they're dealing with deadly viruses, allegedly as COVID is supposed to be, but a paper mask or a cloth mask or putting our shirt over our face is supposed to protect us? I mean, please, people, think these are common sense questions. These, people, when people are in fear, the smartest person, even if they're in fear, becomes the dumbest person, because they're so scared they can't even they can't make logical connections to just simple elementary observations. So I'm sure that Trump is exhausted and the swamp is using this as an opportunity to stage off our president. It's not like he can protect himself. What do you mean it's not like he can protect himself? He should have been dead by now, right? I've heard that there are like at least 26 assassinations on him. So, I mean, he's still alive, he's still standing, you know. Um, I don't know. So, let me see. Germ theory is a fraud. High five. It's all about the terrain. Let me see. They are funded by access to heart attack gun. They've talked about it in opposition. Yeah. Yeah, I know about the heart attack gun. But I mean, come on, you guys. Like, do you think, if you think the New World Order and the elites are so powerful that nothing can stop them, then why are we even fighting? Like, that's also a psyop, too. I hope you know that, right? I hope you know that. I mean, I'm like, I don't have time for people like, oh, it's over. It's too late. We're all like, okay, then fine. Fuck it. Don't do anything. Just sit home and watch TV, right? Do you think cell phone radiation has anything to do with people getting sick? I think it can make people sick, but I think that it's what I just said before, that they're marketing the flu virus and making it bigger than it is. Or I don't even say the. I mean, if I say the flu virus, I can't get into like pleomorphism and germ theory right now. It's a longer conversation, but um, they're marketing a sickness or an illness to be bigger than it is. So I think that, like I said, cell phones stuff can get people sick, but it would give them like, brain damage or nerve damage, I think. Not, I mean, maybe if they're detoxing from radiation, I mean, it's radiation. So whatever radiation does, then yes, it can get people sick, but not this situation. Do you believe that people are dying of COVID? That that we're in trouble from COVID? Do you see that with your own eyes? Do you see like lots and lots of people dying in the street? You know, there's so many. Not just my testimony, but there were so many videos of the hospitals being empty. Not nobody's marching in the streets. Um, trying to say that nobody's marching in the streets. Talking about COVID and I mean the hospital industry and what killers they are. No, but the walkaway videos are all over the tube. I don't understand. Okay. There has been fluoride in the water for more than the German use it on the population. So it makes sense why people can't think clearly. Yeah, but it's also a matter of pride. I mean, I think that they're just people, their egos are so fucking big, they don't want to admit that they've been duped. I mean, honestly, that's a huge part of it, I believe. They don't believe in organized evil. I have a friend that's like, "Oh, I don't believe that. They all would have gotten together and like." I'm like, "Okay, you just believe the government's just telling you the truth all the time. All right, whatever." The Democratic Party is in charge of bringing down America. Yeah, I mean, it's not just it's the globalists. It's not just the Democrats. What will be the event that will make people actually rise up and overturn these Satan spawn? I don't know. This is probably stale, but what are your thoughts on 5G? I don't know a lot about 5G. From what I know, it's bad. I did a video a long time ago, saying that I was criticizing Trump about 5G, and I actually got some subscribers. I lost some subscribers because how dare I criticize Trump? But I don't care who you are. I'll criticize you if I think you're wrong. I just think people criticize Trump for petty shit, but when they should be criticizing him for real shit like that. So I've heard other sources about 5G that depending on the frequency that they emit, it could be a good thing and it can be harmless. I don't know for sure. And then I've heard like that they're putting up 5G because they want to release some new technology, but it doesn't have to be used as a weapon. And that China Huawei, I think, was in charge of it, but then Huawei was going to use it for evil, but then that was taken over. As far as 5G, this is all hearsay. I haven't done a lot of research into 5G, so I really don't speak about it as much. So what do you think about those doctors and researchers connected to the virus who mysteriously died? I don't know which doctors in particular you're talking about, but I think that if there's anybody that comes and speaks out against the medical establishment and they mysteriously die, they were murdered, they were suicided, right? There's this, oh, I don't know if you can find it, but it's a really good piece that David Dees put together. It's called Dead Microbiologist, and he basically just put a bunch of pictures, and this is from years ago, before the COVID, hoax. But he put a bunch of pictures of dead microbiologists together, and then you can actually go, and if you look up all the microbiologists and how they died, like all of their stories seem fishy, and it's basically a lot of these doctors that are microbiologists that were coming out and talking about um, hoaxes. Because like I said before, think about it this way, you guys, we're basically going off of hearsay. We don't have a microscope. We don't understand how to read these tests, so we can't see it for ourselves. So basically we're going on people's word that have a vested interest in keeping us in fear so they can sell us medicines and vaccines. So this is not only been done with COVID. It was done with polio. It was done with smallpox. It was done with the Spanish flu. Where I think if you actually look at the medical literature, like I have with like smallpox and Spanish flu, I think people died. I don't think that the virus was a culprit, but we're going by their word, right? Because doctors and the medical establishment and scientists, they're good people. They would never lie to us. you know, it's going to be from all the degradation acts and propaganda, like the Wizard of Oz. The wizard is also the character stealing the health, the human, elixir human. Who's going to benefit? Are you asking me, or you know who's going to benefit? Or are you just saying, I don't understand? Globalist is another name for bankers. Every war is a banker war they make. Yeah. If people want to know what the real deal in federalism, exactly. You're right, Jordan. If America is a free nation, why do we have a monopoly on money? I don't know. you know, a monopoly on money. Okay, yeah. Is anybody gonna talk to me? Dang. I guess I'll just stay here for. It's fine. It's cool. I'll just stay here for. I guess Anomaly does it. He doesn't take calls. He just answers questions. So it's cool. If you guys want to talk to me in the chat, I'm down to do that too. I'm down to do that too. What else you guys want to know? What about TikTok? Do you think it should have been banned? I don't know all the information on that either, but from what I heard, they were using it as a. I think it's tied into China, and they were using it as a way to spy on people. I guess that's why it was banned. I don't know, man. That's hard because I'm not on TikTok, and I don't plan on getting on TikTok because I don't want to put any information up there and then be caught in the middle of my stuff being done. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'll get on TikTok. I have to maybe look more into it. But yeah, girl, eat. Yes, I know, girl. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I want to like. I don't want to like turn this into a video where you guys are just watching me eat though. Have you seen those channels? It's so weird. My friend's nephew's autistic, and I was hanging out at his house, and his nephew watches these channels where they just eat. Like, not make food, but they just eat. Like they'll just be eating, and the camera would be around them, and they're just watching them eat food. I mean, it's so weird. You know. Do you think a race war will occur? I think a race war can occur maybe, or will occur in some pockets of the United States, but not the whole country. I don't think we're too integrated and stuff. I know a lot of people. I think it's gonna draw people, like I was saying before. A lot of people that are falling for the propaganda are either insecure. I wanted to add something to that. They're either insecure, they have insecurity that they haven't dealt with, they have a lot of anger they haven't dealt with, or they have a lot of shame that they haven't dealt with. Maybe there's more I can add to that list, but a lot of people too, they go out and they have, anger that they want to deal with. And if they're angry, and if they're, a lot of people, like the racism story or like the sexism story, because it prevents them from taking responsibility about stuff. So if you are somebody that, hasn't had your life turn out the way that it was, um, then, you can always blame somebody else and take responsibility. That makes you feel better about yourself. So, you might want to go out. I mean, I'm not going to go out and be in that mess. So I'm not going to no race war. It's people have to show up, right, for there to be a war. So I think parts of the country, people are going to show up for it, and these are the people, on both sides that are very angry, and not counting police, the people that have a job to do, but they're people that have, that have anger that they want to get out. And if they show up, then I'm saying have at it. I won't be there. But I don't think the whole country's, it's not going to be a race war. Like I said, there are too many. I have white people in my family. I'm not going to just hate white people. Like, I'm part white, I have white friends. I'm not going to, like, kill my friends. I'm not going to kill some of my family members who are white. Like, so I think they've been trying to do it for a while. Yeah. There's definitely racial tension, but I don't think I don't think they're gonna be successful. They're more successful with dividing people with the Democratic and Republican stuff, with the politics, Oh, I hope you recover from your surgery. I heard some lady talk about people seeing visions about a war happening this year in the U.S. as a result of Trump winning again. Do you think that's possible? Definitely, definitely. But that's where I think the division comes in with the left and the right and the politics. I definitely think that there's going to be. I mean, look what's already happening, right? Look what's happening. There are people that are mind controlled, dude. Like, make no mistake about it. This is black magic sorcery that's going on here. You have all these people that, black people that get killed, right? Who instigated it, right? And then they act like the only way black people die is by white people. But that's not even true. Statistically, that's not even true. They don't talk about abortions. They don't talk about obesity. They don't talk about gangbanging. They don't talk about all that shit that's actually killing more black people on a larger scale. But yet they want to, like, the cameras come out. They do PSD to all these people over and over and over again. And trigger them, right? And then they go out and protest, and then you do have the peaceful protesters, but then, like clockwork, the agitators come and burn shit down. So they're just gonna pull the same stuff and start a war that way, I think, with Trump winning the election. Yeah, that's why I said, I was like, get some food and water, get some ammo, hunker down, get some good movies. I wouldn't go outside. I'm ready to stand for at least 2 weeks. I'm not playing. I'm like, I know I joke and I'm sarcastic, but I'm not sarcastic about that. Go up, get out, vote, go back home and hide. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm telling you, they're gonna unleash the Antifa people. They're gonna unleash, like, the sleeper cells. They're gonna unleash the aliens. Whatever they feel like they need to do, they're gonna unleash all of it to try and bring this country down. Because everything that they've been trying so far has been blowing up in their face. Even the cities that they burned down with their riots now has prompted more, even Democratic, leadership to come out in support of Trump and what he's doing, because they saw how how this happened, how this went down, right? Yeah, I guess again, the psyop is keeping people separated, divide the people, and they're easy to control for sure. What do you think about the coming financial collapse due to hyperinflation and food shortages coming to America? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see if that happens. I've been hearing about the financial collapse for like a decade. I'm like, okay, well, is it coming? It's really coming this time? I don't know. I just have to wait to see if it actually really happens. I can't really do anything about the hyperinflation. I'm starting to grow a little food. Wouldn't it be great, like, the food shortages happen, and then the obesity epidemic, like, gets better because of it, you know? Um, the media propagates the race problem. Regular people don't have race issues. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I work in Hollywood for a post-production company, and these libs here are not going to do shit anymore. They just complain about Orange Man. Well, I don't think those people, because they don't really stand for anything, right? Like, but if people are getting paid, and if people are, a lot of these people that are agitating are getting paid, right? So you have people that are going to protest. I think they're people that genuinely go out there and protest, and they want to protest peacefully, and they don't want to cause a war, but they'll just throw some agitators, paid agitators in there to start some stuff, and they'll just instigate stuff. That's how they'll start the war. Freemasonry use order of chaos. They cause the chaos and bring the order. Don't be confused about these man-made hoaxes. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. No matter who wins, there will be more violence in the streets. Yeah. Yeah, they want our guns. They're not going to get our guns, though. It's funny. That's the one thing Americans know. We may not know the Constitution fully. We know the First and Second Amendment. Do you think Trump's positive could usher in the second wave of lockdown? Yeah, but we'll have to see. Like I said, I want to see what he has to say about it before I make a decision. From a press conference, right? Do you see that this is that this that wait? Do you see that is the international linkers have planned all this with COVID to have their one world order? Yeah, I talk about that a lot. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody in the chat, but yeah. Yep. What do you think about the narrative I heard about in Deuteronomy 8 and how it relates to certain minority groups, 28, and how it relates to what's going on globally? I don't know about Deuteronomy 28. Cool. You started a garden? I started a garden as soon as we locked down, and it's flourishing. That's awesome. I have an apartment, so I could grow stuff on my balcony, and it's flourishing too. Um, but that's all we can do is just work on independence. I had a interview with Suburban Homestead Outfitters, and we were talking about that. I'm like, I need to go to his house. He grows mushrooms. He grows food. He has chickens. I just commend anybody that does that. I think that's so liberating and so refreshing. And I'm sure in addition to when you start doing that stuff too, you just, automatically start learning a lot about ecology, and, it's very self-empowering, and you're eating healthier. So, I mean, there's also YouTube channels that show how to grow food in a small space. So all the major corporations are pushing COVID-19 masking along with social distancing. This shows the globalists are controlling the agendas in play. I don't think they are in control. I think that it's kind of like a push-pull, but I don't think the globalists are in complete control. Because if they weren't, they would have been trying to pull all the shenanigans that they are. If they were in complete control, no, I don't think so. My brother's fish, so all we need are goats. Oh, that's cool. Do you think the Earth is flat? I don't know. Do you think the Earth is round? Do you think it's flat? How do you know for sure? I don't know. I don't really put my energy into flat Earth because I feel like there's nothing I can do about it either way. So I haven't really looked. I have lots of friends who I respect that are flat earthers, but for me, I mean, either way, what do you want to do if the Earth is flat? And then people that get so adamant and get so mad at flat earthers, I'm like, why are you so mad? Like, you don't really know yourself whether the Earth is round. Again, just like the virus, right? We're going by what we're told. Like biology, there's so much corruption in the biological science. It's just it's unfathomable. And the fact that the physical science, they can't really do that, because if you're building a car and it doesn't run, you can't pull the wool over somebody's eyes like that. If you build a plane and it falls out the sky, then there's a proof right there whether your physical invention works. But as far as like, the whole farce of germ theory and all that shit, like the wool has definitely been pulled over people's eyes as far as, certain places like the Earth, and, we see pictures and footage of all this stuff, but you know, we're just taking somebody's word for it. We're just taking somebody's word for it. We're trusting people, and we're trusting people. We're putting our trust in people that don't have our best interest in mind. So just now, I've recommitted to growing mushrooms in a giant stuff we bought back to garden. That's really cool. Shiitakes are good, and then if you can even get like the lion's manes. Like I want to grow those, and I want to grow cordyceps because those are really good for your brain, and then cordyceps is good for asthma and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just 5, 8, 4, 1, 2, shit, 2, 4, 8, 1, 7, 4, 6, 4. The globe is round, the earth is flat. Paradoxical thinking. I mean, I don't know. I don't know either way. I don't. It's not something I really. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been like this all the time. I'll say that. I just don't talk about stuff that I don't have a lot of knowledge on or haven't looked too deeply into because I don't want to end up looking like a dumbass. I know a lot of people that do that, and they don't really, they don't really have any good legs to stand on. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the stuff they tell us that we put our trust in people to believe if it's true is not true. So, Deuteronomy. Well, I think if nobody calls, which is fine, I'll just be back tomorrow. But if nobody calls in 10 minutes, I'm just gonna end it because I feel like I don't want to bore you guys. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm just like, oh. So, which is fine. Like, I mean, either way, I'm enjoying your questions in the chat. But Deuteronomy 28 is a chapter in the Bible that supposedly talks about the blessing and curses that would befall the Israelite people. Some people believe it explains the plight of certain minorities. Maybe, but I mean, like, the Bible isn't the only, like, ancient text on the planet, so I'm sure that, there are other religious texts that have different interpretations. I don't know. I haven't read Deuteronomy. I know a few Bible stories. I love David and Goliath. That's like my favorite. I remember that being my favorite kid Bible story, but I haven't read and interpreted and analyzed the Bible cover to cover. When some people send me stuff, though, some people send me Bible verses, and some people tell me things. It is interesting how, I look at it as a really good, I don't want to say life lessons. I can't think of the word I'm trying to use. I don't know the word I'm trying to use. I want to say parable, but I can't think of the word. I'm sorry. I will just say this. It has a lot of good life advice, but I feel like I'm cheapening it. I know there's a better word that I'm thinking of that I just can't put together right now, but definitely has very good yeah, hold on. For example, explains why blacks are being killed in the streets with no justice. So how are all blacks are being killed? You mean like by other gangbangers? Because I mean, just growing up in a rough neighborhood and being fearful of that, it really makes me mad when people want to put all the attention on only police. I'm not saying that there isn't police brutality, because there is, but it's like the people that they use for examples are really poor. When, it's all these people that have criminal records that was, a charging against them or something. Yeah, we're supposed to like look up to these people, but they don't talk about all the innocent people, the community leaders, all these people that are getting murdered, that aren't getting murdered by policemen, that are getting murdered by, they don't talk about the people that supported Trump, that got murdered. They're not talking about like the people that are killed by gangbangers that were killed in the riots. So for example, it explains why blacks are being killed in the street. No, all of it. I mean, really, I don't really think that blacks are just getting murdered in the streets for no justice. I don't see it that way. I don't. I don't. This and it's an insult to people like my parents that actually had to deal with people that really got lynched and really got murdered and really was harassed. Oh, no answer? Okay, hold on one second. Would you call again? I don't know what's going on then. Maybe were people trying to call? I don't know. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, try again. Maybe were people trying to call? Oh no. Okay, try again. Try again. Okay. Try. Oh no, I feel bad. Try again. Oh man. Did I have the volume down? Oh, I'm so retarded. I think I had the volume down on the Skype. People are probably calling and oh my god, I feel so bad. Here. Let me say 7464. Okay, try again. Try again. If anyone wants to call, I think, oh no. But I thought it would pop up. I don't know what was going on. See if it's where. Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello there. Oh, great to hear your voice. Hi.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Did you try and call before?
I did, but it's fantastic that you figured it out. Wonderful.
Oh no,
I hope
I feel
everyone
bad.
that
I
called
was
in.
like, I was starting to get so I was like, nobody cares. And people were calling, and I had the volume down like for the whole hour. I can kick myself. But I thought I had the window up, so if somebody called, I can see it pop up too. So I thought people were just like, it's Friday. I don't feel like calling in. Whatever, So what's your name? Have you called before?
No, well, I've called before, but I haven't gotten on live, so that's great. And I'm Typo from Massachusetts, and I want to encourage everyone that called in earlier to call in after me so we can get the conversation rolling.
Dude, I didn't.
And you feel more love.
I didn't know you were a girl or a woman, I should say. I've seen your comments. So nice to finally meet you.
Thank you. You too. And I love your show, and I think it's so refreshing to have the public call in and give their thoughts. And I'm just curious if what you think about Trump I'm hearing on other lines that the possibility of him going underground so that they can do arrests or for the Hillary thing or to promote HCQ. And I'm just curious what you think.
I honestly just got, my best friend texted me the tweet actually at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was already up, but I was like, what are you doing up at 5 o'clock? But I was like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? So I had to get home and do some stuff. I haven't really investigated it, but we were kind of talking about the possibility that either his account was hacked. Maybe that could be, he also said that too. He was like, maybe he's going underground. Maybe I don't know. I think that would be great. It's like maybe he's going underground and then he'll come back and be like, I took more HCQ and I'm great, But then if he's taken HCQ before and he got sick, how, you know what I mean? Like, how, if he's taking HCQ before, but then he got sick, then aren't they going to say, oh, it doesn't work because he already got positive, he already tested positive? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm just hearing on the queue lines that there was hints about today as an action day to go dark for a little bit. So I'm just floating the idea. And the second thing I wanted to ask you was any thoughts about, this is so strange. I follow money and I follow the laws and things, and I'm wondering if you know of the name Russell J. Gould, and he's saying that he's going to take part, and there should be a delay after the voting, and he's saying that he's actually the chief postal position, and his documentary is called Last Flag Standing. And it's about a long, long court case that took part where he proved a lot of things about the federal corporation and people being above the federal corporation. So I don't want to get involved in the description. I'm just wondering if you recognize the name Russell J. Gould.
No. I'm taking notes as you're talking though. No, I haven't.
It was a very long, involved court case that led all the way up through the Vatican, the U.S., our Pentagon, and he actually now owns rights to the flag legally. And he says he's going to step in as sort of the people's vote above the Supreme Court. It's a very interesting thing. So his documentary is Last Flag Standing.
Can I watch it on
I'll
YouTube?
tell you, I follow this stuff, and even I'm confused. So I wanted to know if any of your listeners could give me insight to that. And I hope you have a terrific weekend, and everyone just hunker down. And I have a feeling this is all part of a movie script, and we're just going to be fine. So thank you so much for taking my call.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay, bye. I'll check into the documentary. Bye-bye. Oh my God, anybody else want to call? I feel so bad. I feel like a terrible person. I cannot believe I did that, you guys, for the first hour. I'm like, nobody's calling me. But Russell J. Gould, his YouTube channel is a forecasters. Thanks, Gus, again. Okay. Yeah, dude, there's so much going on. You know what I haven't had time to get into? I really would like to get into, though, is the birth certificates and how, because of our social security number, like, I don't know if I'm saying this right. I know there's some of you guys that know this, but I know the birth certificates, and like we have, what's the word? We have like, not immunity, but like we're kind of like slaves. Like people are making money off of our social security numbers and birth certificates, and you can actually, I've heard that you can earn money on your birth certificates by using like natural law or like maritime law. I don't know. I know there's some people that are like rolling their eyes because I'm totally probably not describing it right exactly, but it's something along the lines of that. Debt slaves. Yeah, I want to like get into that, and I'm like, is that true? Like, can you do that? Like, I've heard that the people that have been able to do that, and and our social security numbers mean something. That would be really cool. Yeah, it's like, why do we have numbers attached to our? It's so weird. I don't know. I would like to get into that. So if you guys want to call, the line is open. The volume is up, so I could actually hear people calling. So if not, I'm fine with the next hour or two. If you just want to talk to me through the chat, I can do that as well. Okay. Okay, that's a fact. SSF and birth certificates has the cups, the cusp in red and black. How do you do you get a lawyer? Like, how do you start earning money? And then I've heard people that have tried it, they've been jailed. It's crazy. Like, I'm curious about, like, I wish somebody needs to they need to do a really good documentary on telling people how to do that, and a really good documentary on ending federal income tax, because taxation is theft. But I can't explain all of the details of that. But I don't understand why, we're giving so much. Hello from outer space. What are you talking about? What you're talking about is true. We have two versions of ourselves: the debt side, the straw man, and our sovereign true self. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Typo. I wrote that down. So it's true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's true. I just don't know, like, how do I get that money? How do I get the hookup? How do I free myself? Redemption process? It's a lot of paperwork. It's called the redemption process. Redemption. Have you done that? Have you done it? Who just wrote that? Krilos Congas, have you done it? That would be awesome. Oh, it's a lot of paperwork, dude. Have you seen that movie? You guys, have you seen that movie Brazil? And I watched that movie. I saw that movie when I was young, and I thought it was cool because it looked really like just interesting and funky. And I remember it was just weird. I liked it, but I didn't really understand it as a kid. But now I went back and I watched that a couple weeks ago. And the movie's basically all about like processes and paperwork and how like the future, the tyrannical like government, it basically has people enslaved by paperwork and processes and stuff. It was really interesting. They didn't talk about the redemption stuff, but it was just like you have to have certain paperwork stamped to do this and to do that, and everything was just about paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. It was crazy. You know, Trump has the coronavirus. He has a fake coronavirus. He ain't got no coronavirus. He ain't got the row. I don't believe it. Even if he says it, I'm like, but you look fine. You're not killing over. You're not bleeding over. Look into the works of Eric Davis. Dang, creator Narciso. Okay. Eric, Erick. Yeah, is anybody trying to call? Here, 512-481-7464. I think Kamala is going to be a problem. Yeah, I think so too. This is a prediction. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Biden mysteriously dies and then she ends up being the next person up. But then if she's the next person up and something happens to her, then guess who's in line to be president? Nancy Pelosi. So, sorry. So, like, if Joe Biden dies, but Kamala Harris is running for president, then Kamala Harris wins, then, if she dies and Nancy Pelosi's next in line, because she's Speaker of the House. It's so crazy. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Kamala, like, rips out Joe Biden's heart and eats it. Like, I think she's that demonic and that, like, that heartless that she would do something like that. Because, yeah, I think she's going to be a problem. In the process, however, I'm told that since the U.S. is bankrupt, that it really don't matter now that I'm looking into the blockchain technology. Freedom to Fascism documentary. There's no law that requires workers to pay federal taxes. I saw that, yes, again, like years ago. That was that was Aaron Russo's, right? That was his interview, right? That AJ did, right? Yeah. But the thing is you really got to get people to understand that, and people have to do it at the same time, or they're just going to arrest people. So what needs to happen is a big, huge underground documentary that happens at this time, and then you get a bunch of lawyers together to confirm this, and then you get if people believe a bunch of lawyers coming out and confirming something, or if there's other proof of it that people can see on a mass scale, like for something like the income tax, people need to wake up in mass on that, because if not, they're just going to go after other people they're just going to go after people that don't do it, I think. I mean, you can do it. I've known people that have done that, but if they get caught, it's hard to get out of it, and that sucks. I don't know. 512-481-7464. Who else? 512-481-7464. Okay, what's your email? I continue info. That will blow your mind. It's info@Truth or Talk. @Truth or Talk. There you go. All right, I'm going to do some promotions. I'm waiting for somebody to call. Promotions. Join my email list. Hold on. Join the email list. All right, y'all. Please, I just need a way to keep in touch with you in case they take my channel down. Take my conspiracy realism course. A sister's got to make money. A sister's got to eat. A sister's got to pay her bills. So she invented a course to teach the basic concepts of conspiracy realism, right? What is conspiracy? These are the modules. Who wants to rule the world? Is it possible to rule the world? Medicine and science, the education system, law and government, censorship and media, art and culture, innovation and suppression, the bright side. I'm having this up by the end of today. That's what I'm getting on. It took forever to upload or to download. So that's coming out today. Also, join my music channel. I will be releasing new music on November. And I'm doing it as part of a crowdfunding campaign to raise money so I can do my whole album. So, yeah. And I will leave all these descriptions in the links after this upload is done from the live show. So, oops, where am I? Okay. Megan Da. Hi, Megan Da. Megan Da, are you Chinese? Is that a Chinese name? It sounds like maybe it might be Chinese. I don't know. I like the Chinese people. Don't like the Chinese government because it looks like the deep state is running the country. But Chinese people, I love Chinese people. I love all people. Thank you, Awesomeness. Thank you. I'm glad you like my music. I think you're gonna love this even more. But it's funny, the songs that most people like are not the ones that I like the most. So it's interesting. I have 3 singles on my music website, and I think people like the first and the third one. They like All Alone Here and they like Authority, but I like Breakaway, but most people don't like that one. I don't know why. But I've heard a lot of even famous artists talking about that. Like they like the songs. They have certain songs that they like maybe more than others, or they like playing more than others, but then the audience likes different things. So it's interesting to see. Yes. Oh, so you a musician? So am I, and a freelance percussionist. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it's funny. I've noticed that truth seekers, a lot of the artists that tends to attract the art that tends to attract truth seekers are either. Oh, did somebody try and call? What happened? What happened? Okay. Let me see if I can do this again. Okay, try again. All right, let me see. Let me see. I think I can call you. Hello? Hey, what's up? Did you just call? What? I can't hear you. Turn down your whatever's going on in the back.
Yeah. I just wondering.
Could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay! Hey, what's up? Henry, right? Or what's your name?
My name is Harry.
Oh, Harry. Hi. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Yeah. I'm from Nigeria.
What? Are you in Nigeria now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm dying to know what's going on in Nigeria. What people think of America. Please.
I like to pay a lot of attention to the U.S. and what's happening there because I believe that what happens in the U.S. kind of like indirectly affects us in Nigeria. So that's why I pay a lot of attention to the U.S. news.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, well, ask me what you want to ask me, and then I want to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you think about the Oscars, like because now it seems like they have a new quota for minorities and disabled people. So what do
Oh
you think?
yeah, I actually did a video on that, like I think a week or so ago, talking about it. But I mean, I'll tell you, I'm not gonna be like, watch the video. That's fucked up. But no, but I mean, like, yeah, because of course I used to pursue acting, like I was a theater major, and yeah, I think it's BS. I don't think that it's not going to allow for real creative thought, and it's just it's pathetic. I don't think that that's going to. I don't know. It's not going to foster really authentic creativity. And
Mm,
especially, they even wanted a quota for, um, I think, disabled people to work on crew. And I'm just like, for like 30% of your crew to have a physical disability or mental disability, it's not going to be productive. You know,
yeah,
it's a lot of hard physical work. Crew work, it's really physically taxing on your
yeah.
body and your mind. I don't understand how that's even going to work. But, most people don't even care about the Oscars anymore, it seems. And as an artist,
Okay.
I'm all about now. I'm all about empowering yourselves by just making, there are enough resources now, Harry. People can make their own movies. People can market their own movies. You don't even need Hollywood.
Yeah. So I'm actually in the animation production business. So I do animation. I'm an artist. I'm a digital artist and animator. So and I just thought that it would be a good idea to see how I can get into the animation industry, like in Hollywood. And that's pretty much why I'm asking that question because I've seen how the guy who won the film, the animated short film that won this year, was created by a black guy. So I just thought it
Was
was a
it
good
Hair Love?
opportunity.
Was it Hair
Uh,
Love?
yeah, Hair Love, yeah.
I love that. I bawled. Hair Love is really good. It's really good. I think I even mentioned it in a video after I saw it, just in passing, and I put the link in the comment section. But yeah, but this is the thing. Like, do you want to make animated movies so you can win an Oscar, or do you want to make animated movies so you can touch people? And because animation is fun.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I want to make animated movies to tell stories, about my own experience as an African and my own original experience as an African, something that I believe would impact the world positively. So yeah, you're right. I just thought that, the Oscars, for example, is a good platform to put myself out there, just for people to see. Just like how you probably wouldn't have heard about Head Love if he wasn't, nominated for an Academy Award,
Actually,
So something
actually,
like,
I came across Hair Love before it won, or before I knew that it won an award. I haven't watched the Oscars in like 3 years. I don't know if you know
Wow.
this, and I'm like not being condescending. I don't know if you know this. The ratings for the Oscars have gone very, very low. A lot of Americans, and even people worldwide, are not watching the Oscars. So I
mm,
think that it's kind of like a lot of crazy stuff is going on in America and Hollywood. I don't really think that Hollywood is going to be existent as it was before. I think it really is going to crumble.
okay,
But look, there's so many worldwide festivals around the world. I would suggest that maybe
yeah.
you just learn about marketing, because
Yeah,
you can you there are resources right now, Harry, you can market your stuff yourself, and you
yeah,
don't even need the Oscars. And then
right.
as far as like Oscars too, it's a lot of politics involved. So you really have
Yeah,
to know somebody and have people recommend you just to be in that category. So it's like, I don't know how many hundreds of or even thousands of animated videos come out or movies come out a year, and then it's narrowed down to that category of what, like 5 or 6 people. And then even that, even with the Oscars, there's certain movies and there's certain people that win, and I'm just like, I think this other movie should have won. I don't think this movie should have won. I think that movie should have won. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot of politics, right? So the whole thing that they're saying, I guess it would be good for you if you're going to make movies about your experience as a Nigerian. It would actually serve someone like you, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I just wouldn't put my faith personally as an artist. I'm not putting my faith in Hollywood or the Oscars, and it's like I don't know. I think I talked about in the video that I did talking about what you just asked me. Um, I I I went to Sundance one year because I had a friend that had a film in Sundance, and we got into a
Right.
fight, and I didn't go and see all of the mainstream movies. And to me it was a blessing because it was an eye-opening, and I got to see amazing movies from all over the world, and I feel kind of ashamed that I was brainwashed to think that Hollywood was the only place that can make good movies. And
Yeah.
most of the whole festival I was watching like foreign films that just blew me away, and pretty much now all I watch is foreign stuff. I really rarely even watch mainstream stuff. That's just me personally. But like I said, I would just learn about marketing, and I would learn about different festivals worldwide, and you can probably get recognition that way.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's
So I wanted to
amazing.
ask.
You animate you draw
Okay,
your own stuff?
go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to know, you draw your own stuff?
Yes, I do. I do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, you know what? Would you let me do me a favor when you get your stuff together? Would you email info@truefortalk.com and just let me know what you're up to? I definitely love animated films. I'll be there. I love animation. I love art. I'm willing to support people whenever I can, and yeah, I would love to see it. Whenever you're doing so.
Okay. So do you mean the info@truefortalk.com?
Yeah. Or
Okay, I'll do that.
whenever my music webpage goes up, you can probably reach me there. But I would like to know, yeah, I'd like to see it. Like, I'm down to support something like that. But and I feel the same way about all the award shows. Even before that they put those stipulations on there, I always just I was just like, it's like a high school popularity contest. There are so many people I feel that win that I think other people should have won. It's not based on really any merit or any, there's no really formula. But like I
Yeah.
said, if you want to get recognition, just notice for your work, just learn marketing and then market to different festivals and figure out ways to make money off of your work. There are people on YouTube. Do you know what's his name? I think his name is Steve Cutts.
No, I don't.
Steve, let me see if I can find his name, and then I can. Let me see. I'll put it in the. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it. But you can get a YouTube channel going, and you can get a following. This dude has millions of followers, and he's an animator. And you can make money off of that, and then you can do. Once you get a following, this guy has here. This guy has he has over 1 million followers. I'm gonna put him up on the screen. Hold on.
Right.
See this guy, Steve Cutts? Did you ever see this? You might have seen this animation about the mice. Happiness?
No, I haven't.
How many views did it get? 20 million views. His shorts, only a 4-minute film, 20 million views. It's a phenomenal piece of work, and he has a few other ones. And he comes out with an animation every few months.
Okay.
And they get millions of views. I'm sorry if there are people that are freaked out about rats, but you can make money that way. You know what I mean? And then build a following. And because I like his work and I know who he is and I know that he does good work, if he comes out with a full 2-hour movie, I'm going to go see it. I'm on it.
Right.
Yeah. So just like I'm saying, don't be dependent on Hollywood. I I wouldn't even put any faith personally. And even with my music that I'm about to release, I'm working on like marketing myself. I know because of my beliefs too, I'm not going to be accepted anyway. So I'm working on just figuring out how to market and doing my own PR. There are books on it now. You're so blessed to be in a time, Harry, where we have the internet because, back in the day, you couldn't even do your own animations without being hired by a studio, without being stuff. But now you have
Yeah.
software, you have ways to market yourself, even start a local like following in Nigeria and get people to promote your stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.
So, yes, I was going to ask another question. I hope I'm not taking too much of your time.
No.
I was going to ask a question because I noticed that a lot of people on the right did not, like pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman when he died, and it kind of pissed me off because that kind of made me realize that, this division is really, really crazy, like having two extreme sides, and then even though he's the same skin color as you, you don't even pay attention to him. And I just kind of got pissed with the whole thing because Black Panther was a great movie that kind of inspired me to get into what I'm doing today. So some way, one way or the other, indirectly, Chadwick Boseman was kind of like a hero, a distant hero to me. So and it just kind of pissed me off when I noticed that a lot of people on the right didn't pay attention to him. Nobody talked about his passing and all. The fact that he was fighting and battling with cancer for years while being like a phenomenal artist and all. I just wanted to hear your thoughts about that.
And to be honest, I didn't even make a video talking about that. I just, I kind of found out last minute too because I haven't been watching Hollywood, and maybe it has to do with the fact that a lot of people on the right aren't even really paying attention to Hollywood. I mean, I think honestly that's what it's come down to. Where, like I'm saying, the Oscars each year the ratings get lower and lower. Like I said, I haven't been watching it. I've barely been watching even mainstream Hollywood movies just because of how they'll have the celebrities go and they'll go up on in the award shows and they'll do a lot of virtue signaling and they'll talk about how stupid people are, that they're on the right and that they vote for Trump, and the whole media is owned by or is controlled by leftist ideology, and and they just basically treat like shit. And there've been a lot of people that have been blacklisted or had their careers ruined because they came out as Trump supporters, or because they criticized Black Lives Matter, or because they made comments on the coronavirus and everything. So I think that there's animosity definitely on the right towards people in Hollywood. I wouldn't necessarily say I think because he's black, but I think it's more probably the animosity is just aimed at Hollywood in general. But I think it's justifiable though, because I mean it's like why are we people like movies have not been making really good money. Maybe you can go search for some articles and stuff that kind of backs up what I'm saying about like how much money Hollywood has lost. Especially as a result, since Trump has been in office, and a lot of people have been, kind of pulling these shenanigans with their ideologies and not being tolerant of other people that have different ideologies. Not only not being tolerant, but being extremely vicious and destroying people's lives,
Yeah.
So, but look, make a video about Chadwick Boseman. You can make you have the power. You're a movie maker,
Yeah.
Like if you're angry about it and you're upset about it, like you can express it through your art. So I just wish you sound like you're younger, and and especially you're living in the age of the internet. I wish I had this mindset, the mindset that you do about making your own stuff when I was younger. Probably would be further, probably would have done more stuff. But I think you're in a good position, honestly. So I wanted to ask you, what's going on in Nigeria? Like, are they trying to like push the vaccine there? Like, what do people like Nigerians think of Americans? Like, I've been dying to speak to people outside of America about what their perception is about and what's going on in their country.
So we Nigerians are very hardworking people. We don't pay too much lip service to the rest of the world. We just do our thing. Nigerians are very hardworking people, home and abroad. Wherever we find ourselves, we just want to, keep working hard and fending for ourselves and our families. And that's pretty much what we're doing. That's pretty much where we are right now. The economy is partially opened, or maybe like 70% open. So it's actually more than 50% open. People have gotten like pretty much back to their regular way of doing things. The cinema is opened. People. Because I wanted to go see Tenet this afternoon, but I couldn't. I changed my mind. So and the wearing masks is not so compulsory, but there are a few places like grocery stores where you have to wear your mask, and they get to spray the hand thing, the hand sanitizer thing. But I think people are getting used to. It's kind of slowly easing out. We're slowly easing out. Hopefully, there won't be a second wave, but we're slowly easing out of the lockdown. It's not as intense as it was from the beginning. Um, and like I said, we're just hardworking people. Like, we don't care about the rest of the world. We just keep going about our regular activity. I think that's pretty much it.
Are,
Unless you have any question.
are people buying into the virus? Are they really scared, or they're just like following what the government is telling them to do?
I think Nigerians generally are we are risk averse, but we care more about personal economics, our personal our well-being. We care more about our well-being than anything else. So the virus was very serious at the beginning, but when people realized that they had to take care of themselves, they had to feed, they had to get back to their work and do stuff. It's just dawned on them that this virus is not as important as um, being financially responsible and taking care of themselves. And then we just slowly eased out of things. It's some businesses have changed the way they operate, like banks. I was surprised to find out that banks actually have their staff working remotely. They don't have to report to the office anymore. So things have changed. They've some banks actually fired, like, did like a huge what do I call it now? Like firing a lot of people,
Oh,
like just
layoff, like a layoff.
yeah, layoff. Thank you very much. Yeah, they just did like a huge layoff, like to let a lot of people go and just to downsize on their staff. So but people are managing and people are surviving the whole thing generally.
And then one more question real fast. What do people think of um, the politics? Do people Nigerians like Trump or they don't like Trump? I know you're being general. I know you have varied opinions just like any other country. So I'm not trying to stereotype you, but like, what do you see when they're looking at the U.S.?
There are two sides, but there are more people who do not like Trump. There are indifferent people. We have the left, the right, and the middle, but I think there are more people on the left. There are more left-leaning people who are millennials in this part of the world, in Nigeria, than right-wing people. And the reason why is because we have like our cable, the popular cable network we use in Nigeria is DSTV, and they show CNN. Like, CNN is the most popular news channel on DSTV. So that's probably the reason why a lot of people hate Trump, and it just makes sense.
Dude,
So
it's the media.
that's it.
I'm telling you, the media, they need to be hung. They need to be hung. Seriously, it's like mind control, right? It's like very one-sided. And this is one thing when I lived in Taiwan, I noticed. I really didn't, when I was outside the country, it's kind of hard to see it when you're in the country too because you're like in a bubble. When I was outside though, I noticed that even BCC and BCC News or whatever, or CNN, and then the
Yeah,
Chinese news networks, they would just basically translate what those news networks said into their language. They didn't do any investigative research. They didn't, do any investigations for themselves, or they didn't really have anything else, any stories or any perspective outside of that either. So
yeah.
yeah, that really sucks. But thank you so much. I mean, good luck. Let me, keep me in touch and with your animation. And
Yeah.
I just think that you have the power and you can really make it happen. And fuck Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All right. You too. Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Okay. You too. Hello. Wait. Where am I? I have 30 minutes. Okay. I gotta go back and read. Oh wait. Okay. All right. Dang. Okay. 512-481-7464. Actually, that guy was really smart. And I think if you are outside the country, you want to call, you might be able. I think that's the address. You can hook up on truthertalk.com and you can you can connect there and you can call for free. Smash that like button. I never say that. Thank you. Okay. Just I think I'm reading the chat back. Winners aren't based on ticket sales. No. But ticket sales will get you a following and will get you money. And it would be great to make money doing the thing that you love. So if you love to animate or make art and you have a following based on that, you don't even need Hollywood. Facts, just like the Grammys, I've been in 2 Grammy presentations. Yeah. Just join. Okay, Hollywood coming soon. Hair Love is so good. I'm 24. I've not watched Oscars in 10 years. Award shows and pageants. I loved Hair Love. I just showed it to my best friend, or one of my best friends, last week. He was really impressed by it. And I just came across it. I was just looking at shorts. And there's another one, Cuerdas, is a really good one that's in Spanish, but it's subtitled. I've basically watched 3 or 4 of these shorts in a row, and I was crying. And I'm not like a crier, but I bawled. I'm like, I can't sit up here and finish watching all of these shorts. I'm just gonna be crying all day. But it was Cuerdas. It was The Present, and then Hair Love. They're all really emotional, really good stories told in a short amount of time. Good animation. Let me see. All right, I got 25 more minutes. And I'm a bounce. So if anybody wants to call, 464 7464. Or you can ask me questions. I'll just hang around. I'll be here. So that's cool, man. I love artists. I love artists, and I love the fact that. Sorry, guys, I'm really hungry. I'm gonna chow down after this. I love the fact that this is the time now where artists don't have to be dependent on Hollywood. And this is what I'm saying too about alternative media, and that's why all these assholes are so butthurt, because back in the day, it was so much easier to smear people because nobody had a way to fight back. So you see how they smear the right. You see how they smear people like us. But they had Panavision cameras, and they had to have a studio to be able to do these things. And I think at one point, they might be more now, they might be less, I don't know. They probably may not even use Panavision, but I know back in the day, Panavision cameras were at least $100,000 a day to rent, okay? To rent. Now we have our phones and we have social media. So, when the media wants to smear somebody or say something didn't happen, we have, millions of people with their phones that can show otherwise. And now people that want to remain ignorant, it's really on them. Ignorance at this point is willful. You know, a lot of lazy people, a lot of people that, you know, are prideful and think that they're the only person that has that perspective. And if they don't want to look at another perspective, you know, it's on them, because it's definitely different perspectives are out there. So, um, anyway, it's been so long that I can't remember the last award show. Yeah, I know. I used to do Oscar parties. I was really into that, like the Oscars and the Emmys and the SAG Awards. Like those are like my sports. And I have friends because we were actors, and or you know, in some part, you know, of the industry, we would go to each other's houses and we would have Oscar parties, and you know, we'd have bets on who we thought was going to win for, you know, this picture or that picture or whatever, or this Oscar or that Oscar. You know, I think, you know, the politics involved. I remember when I forgot who Denzel Washington won or lost to. I thought that he should have won for Malcolm X, but he ended up winning for Training Day. But that year, I thought that Sean Penn should have won for I Am Sam. So, I mean, it's a lot of, it's like that happens too. You know, I just, you know, and then you got to campaign for the Oscar. It's a lot of work. It's not like they just picked your project and then they vote on it. But there's a lot of campaigning that goes into, kind of like politics, honestly. You know, so you just kind of like, you know, and then it doesn't really mean anything, except I guess the biggest thing you can take out of getting an Oscar is it gives you a title in your field, and you can also demand more money for your work. So you can be like, hey, I'm an Oscar winner. So for the people that won, it's good for them. But now I don't, I think actually too, because they like, I think that now that they put those stipulations, I think less people are going to take them even more seriously. You know, so I don't think it's a bad thing. Um, the movie Fences with Denzel Washington looked really good. Yeah, you know, that was a play. That was a play. It was August Wilson play, Fences. And that movie, I think it was originally done on Broadway with James Earl Jones. He played Denzel Washington's character. But so our world has been turned upside down during an election year yet. Do you think this was all planned, and where do you think it will go from here? Will people become awake to their plan? I think some people will become awake. I think some people won't. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we're just like, I just kind of feel if people aren't really getting it now, I don't know if they're even gonna like wake up to it. Like, I just think I was listening to this lady too. It's more on the esoteric spiritual side, because I try and check in and look at what other people are saying from different perspectives as much as I can. And she was like, you know, saying that, oh, she thinks that there's probably about 30% of people that won't even be able to like conceive of like what's going on, you know, like ever, no matter how many facts you put in front of them, no matter how much they see that contradicts their beliefs, they're still gonna just be stubborn, you know. Or a lot of people say that their soul is just gone. They describe it that way. I don't know, you know, personally, but I just kind of feel that, you know, I just kind of came to the conclusion a couple of days ago. I really need to stop spending energy on people that want to live in fear and want to not want to be disempowered and want to be complacent about stuff, because there's nothing I can do about that. You know, and I'm just gonna, I need to try to stop waking people up that don't want to wake up. I'm just trying to connect with people that are in my tribe, or they're like-minded, or that want some of the information that I'm giving out, because it's not worth my energy. I'm really thinking of it as a way right now where I'm thinking of energy like spending money. Like, I only have a certain amount of energy to spend every day, and where am I going to spend it? I have more fulfillment talking to people like you, or giving you advice, and also getting advice and getting information from you. So it's an exchange. So that's where I'm putting my energy, you know. I find it odd that Solo Sound didn't get an award for Runaway Train about missing children. I think. Oh, that's what that song's about. Is that the song that goes, da 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 da, run away train? Wait, I can't sing it. It's the guys, da 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 da. Da 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 da. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Um, Runaway train, never coming back. One trip on a one-way track. That one? Is that the song? I didn't know that if that's a song. I didn't know that's the song was about missing children. I had no idea. I know I'm over the Rona BS too. I'm over the row. The row. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to that song now. Make a note. I like that song. I was like, oh, it's a nice song. That it's an older song. The Bible says don't cast your pearls before swine. So does that mean don't say that we've won? Does that say don't say that we won until we won? Is that what don't cast your pearls before swine means? Watch the video, very sad. Oh no, I don't know if I want to be sad today. Yeah, I can't imagine just some of those. I've listened to some of the satanic abuse testimonials. Those are so disturbing. I have to if any of you guys actually go into the Pizzagate stuff or watch some of the satanic abuse testimonies of the survivors and stuff, I would suggest that you meditate or listen to some happy music or some comedy to get that stuff out of you, because it's really, 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 really disturbing. I think people need to know, though, because I think people need to get a grasp on the level of evil that is in this world and that these people are a part of. But if you have any kind of soul left, then you can't watch that stuff without being affected and deeply saddened and deeply disturbed. But you can't hold that in. Like, I remember when I first started going into that stuff years ago, I was really it made me really depressed. I had really bad nightmares. So I wouldn't watch some of that stuff either too before you go to bed. And if you watch it, I would actually have something happy planned after. I just watched, another one of my friends sent me this lady named Anna Kalukas, and it's like a 4 hour, what do you call it? Did I miss a call? No. 4 hour interview. And one thing that they did, I really commend, was when they were talking about it, they kind of gave an introduction. And they were like, yeah, this is very disturbing material, blah, 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 blah. And afterwards, we're going to do a meditation or we're going to pray or whatever. And I thought that was really good that they acknowledged that, because I think, like I said, man, it's just really there aren't even horror movies that compare to the horror that some of these people have had to go through. I mean, I feel like I watch those videos and then I'm like, God, I got no problems. I can complain about nothing. Like, what am I complaining about? I can't, wow. But you also can look on the bright side too, to see that these people have survived and they've turned their lives around and they're able to speak about this. It really says a lot about the human spirit and how strong the human spirit is too. If you want to look at the good side of that, that the human spirit is very, very strong. And this is why they're trying to destroy it, by the way. And this is why the elites, the evil people, whatever you want to call them, the globalists, the bankers, they're so jealous, They're jealous of that. And if there's another one, it's not as disturbing, but it's more eye-opening. It's what's his name? Ronald Bernard, and he was a banker, and he was talking about how he was led into that world and how he made a decision to escape. But he was basically talking about how they start exposing you to stuff little by little and see how you take it. And once you pass certain tests, then they'll move you further along. And then they try and get you addicted to drugs. So then it's harder to leave. And it also, if you're ever on, or if you've ever been on drugs, if you know somebody that's on drugs too, it puts you in a very low vibrationary state. And whenever you're in a low vibrationary state, it makes you easy to control. So, I mean, it's really fascinating. Um, that interview, Ronald Bernard, if you guys want to check that out. Good afternoon, Virstyne. Sending some love and positive vibes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I will take that. I would take that love and those good vibes. Always appreciative of that. Kind of off subject, but fuck big tech and their fact checkers. Who the fuck do they? I know, man. They're so annoying. I think we're in bad worst on Facebook because my partner who founded my best friend partner, female partner, I have to specify because I would say that and the people are like, oh, are you gay? I'm like, well, I'm not gay, but I mean my business partner, co-founder of Truth or Talk, she does posting for the Facebook, and they basically just shadow banned us. They told us that they shadow banned us. They said that we're not going to let you promote. We're not going to promote you as much because you're spreading false truths and you're spreading lies, Which, even though a lot of the stuff that we post or she posted had evidence to back up whatever was being said, but because they didn't like it, they're saying, oh, that's just, conspiracy theory. Oh, that's fake news, So I know. You know who those fucking fact checkers are? They're people that are getting paid. They're people that are brainwashed. They're people that, don't have any real power in their life, so they get off. This is their power trip. And they love it. They love it. Because in reality, they're cowards. They're cowards, and, they're suckers and they're fools. They're suckers and they're fools. As Trump says, those are the real suckers and fools. Those are the sucker fools, okay? But, you have to realize when somebody is really insulting and annoying, it's because they have no self-esteem and they're hurting. I mean, I'm not saying have compassion for them, but one thing, one of my cousins who died a couple years ago, she was also a mentor and somebody I really looked up to. She would always tell me to pray for people like that. And I would get so mad and I'd just be like, why? Why? Why pray for those assholes? They don't deserve my prayers. But now it's interesting. Now that she's gone and I've maybe matured a little bit, I'm like, I kind of see what she's saying. Like, wouldn't you? It sucks that you're the truth teller, the truth seeker, and then you have your your plans. You have good intentions and you want to wake people up and you want to give them information that's going to empower them, and here comes these roaches basically that come out of the woodwork and crawl over your chocolate cake that you want to give to starving people. That's what I see these people as, right? But these people are losers. They're losers, and I take great comfort in knowing that I'm on the right side of history, and that they're gonna have a reckoning one of these days by doing what they're doing. And some of them know what they're doing, some of them don't. But still, it's like I'm so blessed to be on this side of it. I'm just saying. So when I get mad, and I do get mad, and I do curse them out, and I make rant videos about it, of course, but I also, I try not to let them get me that mad. It's okay to be angry, but it's not good to stand that anger. And I try and once I get upset, I'm like, okay, these assholes are making me sad. I'm not going to let them ruin my day. I'm not going to let them ruin what I'm doing. And just think, there are so many great people in social media now, so many good alternative media journalists that are bringing the truth to people. There's so many now, way more than 10 years ago. It's so inspiring that they can do that, but they're not going to be able to hide the truth. I really don't believe that they're going to get away with it in the long run. Maybe that's the thing, too, that doesn't keep me mad, So think about that, Yeah, I hate them so much, but at the same time, I'm like, They're not going to get away with it. I bought the Cultist VR headset, then Facebook bought them. Oh, dude, I tried one of those things. I can see, yeah, you're saying it's a powerful mind control device? Um, I tried one of those at a exhibit or a fair or whatever. Those were so cool. I see why this technology is very addictive and it's cool, but I was like, I can't buy these. I could play video games with these all day if I did play video games. I used to really like, I really like, I really like, I used to like video games when I was younger, but now it's just a time suck. It takes up so much of my time. I have other stuff to do. I can't really be involved in that. And I understand, now who's at the top in the mind control. So I definitely don't want to get involved in that. But I also see how it's really cool too. Like I respect the engineering that goes into creating technology like that. Let's just say that. I can definitely respect that. And too bad that, the people at the top have bad intentions. It could be something that could be good, but at the end of the day, I really don't trust it. So, yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, it's a bit of a slow day. I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for the people that called. Thank you. I thought it was still pretty productive because I got to talk to some of you guys in the chat that didn't want to call, but that's cool. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, all the way every day for a week until Thursday. And if the phone's not ringing, or if I don't have the volume up or down like I did, then you can still ask me questions in the chat. I actually enjoy talking to the chat, so. Anyway, let me just repeat this again. Please join my email list. Please sign up for my Conspiracy Realism course, and please join my music channel. And also, hold on, I think I'm being cool, but I'm not. Please join my music channel. All right. Please sign up for my Conspiracy Realism course. Please join my email list so I can keep in touch with you. And also, Walk Away is going to be jam-packed. Today is the Women's Town Hall. It's in D.C. If you are in the D.C. area, if you can get down there, please get down there and meet up with some awesome, like-minded people, okay? So, yeah. All right, y'all. I will talk to you later. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace and love. Bye. Mwah.